begin with our geography lesson. Good morning, Ritika. Before I start, um, I'm hoping that, of course, the last class was the first time we interacted with each other. So I am hoping that this time uh, all of you feel a little more comfortable, maybe to share, to answer, to try and participate as much as possible. uh, I think it should be easier for you to do that because we're going to do the same chapter. As you can see on your screen, today's class I have divided into three parts, which is a recap on whatever we did in the last class. So I'm hoping, because we're doing a lot of the class will be a recap from the last class. It's been a week and I'm sure we don't remember everything. We will do a recap. So I'm hoping that that will make it easier for all of you to participate. After which we will move into the segment of the chapter which we did not do. And then finally, a little bit of an assessment just to see, for you all to see how much you understand. Okay. Before I start, that's as predicted. I am now looking at a lot of rain. So I am hoping that my internet connection can survive through this rain. So in case it stops, I apologize in advance. Anyway, so we'll begin the class right now. If I can just get a confirmation from everyone that everyone's ready, you can hear me clearly so that I know that we're all there. Okay, thank you for the thumbs ups that are coming. Yes, thank you, Aarti. Great, great. All right, thank you, Bhavesh, for letting me know. I think I'm receiving a message from you for the first time, so good to hear from you. All right, so let's begin, everyone. What I would like you all to keep in your head, my hope is that I see more people participating, and I can get to hear answers or read answers from more people. So please feel free to use the chat as often as you'd like to share your responses, because a lot of what we're going to do now is a repetition of the first class before we move into whatever was left. Okay, so let's begin with the recap. I will start exactly how I started last week. I had given you an introduction that this chapter, location and extent, is a comparison between India and Brazil. And it basically will give you one base, okay, for the entire textbook. Anyone remembers I divided this chapter into 4 parts? Does anyone remember what those 4 parts were? You can type it and send it in the chat so that I get to see many responses. If you can just recall, I had divided the entire chapter into 4 parts. Location and extent is the name of the chapter. We're doing a comparison of India and Brazil. Any recollection? What were those 4 parts I divided the chapter into? Chapter's name is on your screen on top, location and extent. Any guess from what you see on the screen will do. Okay, yes, getting some answers. Alfia, Prachi, Khadija. Okay, we've got 3 parts in the chat, I can see. Great, great. I've got all 4 parts in the response. If someone's still typing, please send. I would still like to see your answer. Okay, no worries about that. So yes, as you all have mentioned in the chat, this chapter I divided into 4 parts: location, extent, the historical background of both the countries, and finally some features or facts. Now, in the last class, we were able to cover the location and the extent only for India. We did not do that for Brazil. Okay, so that's what we'll focus on after we do a proper recap. So let's quickly go through this. All right, let's go through these 2 words, and we did discuss these 2 words. So get ready to tell me the meaning in the chat itself. I asked you, I remember last week, to tell me, what do you mean by these words? What does location mean? What does extent mean? What is the difference between the 2? So I'll wait for some time. I would prefer if you all type it out in the chat, because that will help me get more answers than someone using the mic. What is location? What is the meaning? What is the meaning of extent? If some of y'all can recall, I gave you all 3 different ways to understand it. You can give me any of those for now. Yes, Khadija, thank you for that. Prachi, both of y'all had, I received your work from Siddharth sir. Yes, I'm waiting for some more people. I would like some more people to share whatever they can remember. What is the meaning of location and what is the meaning of extent? Thank you, Aarti, for covering all the 3 different things I mentioned. Karthik, you are correct. If you could give me the meaning of extent as well. Yes. So far, everyone who has responded is correct. Alfia, you are right as well. So yes, as you all have mentioned, location, I gave you all 3 different things. Great, Prachi. I gave you all 3 different ways to try and recall. Thank you, Chan. The position of something, right? The position of something. And if I have to ask myself a question to talk about location, I will say where. And another way in Hindi, simply kahan, right? If I'm trying to find the location, I'm trying to find the position, the exact position of something. Okay. When I go to extent, as all of you have shared in the chat with me, extent, correct, means the area covered. How much area is being covered by something? Or if I have to put it in simple terms, from where to where? And if I have to make it in Hindi, kahan se kahan tak is what I would say. Okay, so if you just take a couple of seconds, look at the difference between these two. It is important for you to understand this concept. You may not be asked to write this in your board exam, but just for your own understanding, it is very, very important. So we first did what is location, what do you mean by it, what do you mean by extent, what is the difference between these two. All right. After this, we went into some very important concepts in geography in general that all of you just need to make sure you'll understand. Okay, not you definitely have to remember it, aapko yaad bhi karna hai, but it's always better if you understand the concept than try and memorize it, right? So we went through lines of latitude, we went through lines of longitude. As you can see on the screen, I gave you all another way to remember latitude and longitude. Anyone can recall in the chat, I was using different words, simpler words to decide, to understand which one is latitude and which one is longitude. If anyone, yes, Alfia, you're correct. Horizontal and vertical. We mentioned horizontal and vertical. And to make it even simpler, I gave you some simple things to ways to understand it. You could consider it like one trick to understand which one is latitude, which one is longitude. Is latitude vertical line or is longitude vertical line? Anyone can remember? Great, Alfia, thank you for sending that in so quickly. Anyone else, if you're typing, please send, okay? Don't feel that I have already got the answer, so you will not send. Yes. So as Alfia has mentioned, standing and sleeping lines. Yes, I think if y'all can recall now when I'm saying this, if you remember, can you just send it to me or just show me a thumbs up that, okay, yes, I remember you saying standing and sleeping lines. Yeah. So sleeping lines or your horizontal lines are lines of latitude. Yes, Khadija, perfect. Your standing lines or your vertical lines are your lines of longitude. And as you can see on your screen, the 0 degree latitude is shown on your screen on the left, and the 0 degree longitude is shown on your screen on the right. And those of you who can remember the class from last week, you know why this is very, very important for us to understand. Okay, otherwise moving forward will not be possible. Yes, so your equator and your prime meridian are marked in red on the screen. Yes, Thank you, Prachi and Alfia, for explaining what I am going to. So this is what I'd like. No problem. Even if you feel I have not explained it yet, but it's coming to you. You're remembering. Share it in the chat. It'll give me a good idea of how much you all can recall. Okay. So as soon as you see the slide, if you're remembering some information, go ahead. Whatever you can remember, definitely share it in the chat. Okay. All right. So this was something that we need to set up as our foundation. What are longitudes? What are latitudes? Then we came to some very important lines of latitude. Okay. As you can see here, as I keep going north, this number also increases. You can see it starts at 0 degree. These are all perfect, Alfia. These are all imaginary lines. Thank you for adding that information. I forgot to recap that. These are all imaginary lines. That means अगर आप बाहर जाओगे तो आप रोड पे ये लाइन देखोगे नहीं. Humans have made these, have created these so that we can understand our globe, our earth much better. All right, it helps us understand it much better. And I remember with the help of Siddharth sir, we connected it with what you are studying in math, with coordinate geometry of your x-axis and your y-axis. So the prime meridian and equator act as your y-axis and x-axis respectively. Yes, Khadija, these are created to help us find the location as well. Soon you will see how it will help us understand climate, help us understand time. A lot of things get cleared out because of latitudes and longitudes. Okay, these are few very important latitudes for you to understand. These lines of latitude will be telling you about soon in the grade 10 syllabus. It will be telling you about climate. Okay, so the knowledge of this is very important. As you can see here, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, these three we will be using a lot while learning about Brazil and India. Okay, so I'm really happy with some of you who are not waiting for me. You are putting in, sending me the information that you can recall. Okay, so that really helps me understand and really helps me explain better as well. So anyone who can remember anything, once you see the slide, send it in. It will give you a confirmation also that, okay, this is correct. I'm thinking in the right way. All right. So these were the important lines of latitude that we also went through that day. Then we came to the concept hemispheres. All right. And for those of you who can remember, some of you noted down all this information. So it's no problem. Even if you're referring to that information, it's fine. It all helps us rethink whatever we learned. Okay. So we did the concept of hemispheres. I divided this word hemispheres into two parts. I said hemi and spheres. So the word hemi, if y'all could type in the chat, what did I mean by hemi? Yes, I'm getting multiple responses. Khadija, Aarti, Chand, great. Prachi, you've given me additional information that you can recall. What was hemispheres? Others who are on this call, we have 32 students, I think, on this call. So I'm hoping that 32 students can tell me the meaning of hemisphere. Great. Now I'm getting multiple responses over here. So I'm really hoping that can keep increasing. Aarti, Alfia, Karthik, Prachi, Khadija. Yes. Great. So as I had given y'all, hemi means half. As you can see on your screen now, hemi means half. Yes, Ankit. And sphere would be a globe or a circular shape. Okay, sphere would be a globe or a circular shape. So when we say hemisphere, we're talking about half of this globe, half of this circular shape. But then I made one statement. If I'm saying half, कोई भी चीज का अगर मैं आधा करूं तो मुझे दो हिस्से मिलेंगे, right? But last week I said that the earth can be divided into 4 hemispheres. And I think Prachi, you already gave a response to this. Why did I say this? 4 hemispheres कहां से आए? Hemi का मतलब है half. कोई भी चीज अगर मैं आधा करूं तो मुझे 2 हिस्से मिलते हैं. But here I am saying 4. Okay, so what is this 4? How does this happen? Yes, Alfia, that is I think you're going in the right track. Correct, Chand. I'll wait for more people. No rush. Correct, Khadija? You have made the division correctly. I'll wait for more people. Can you try and recall what did I say or what did we understand? Why hemispheres are 4 for our planet? Yes, Aarti, you have given me one reason. You can give me the other if you can recall. Yeah, thank you for the second reason as well. 4 hemisphere क्यों है? As you all have mentioned, we looked at the lines of latitude and lines of longitude. We saw 2 main ones, which Siddharth sir helped us connected to the x-axis and the y-axis, right? Your equator and your prime meridian. So अगर हम equator के हिसाब से देखें, then we will have 2 halves. अगर मैं prime meridian के हिसाब से देखूं, तो we will have again 2 halves. Okay, so that is why we have 4, and I showed you a visual representation of it. So let's quickly go through that. Yes, Chand, you are correct. So let's look at it according to the equator. Those of you who may be still confused that how does this happen? According to the equator, I showed you the globe like this, and then I showed you this red line. This red line, guys, could you tell me, is it horizontal or vertical? You could just reply with an H or a V. That's good enough. Is this horizontal, vertical? Great. Already 4 answers have come in.
Horizontal.
Great, great. Thank you, Tushar. Yes, Muskan, good to see you reply. Drishti, good to see you reply as well. So that means there are more students in this class who definitely can reply. Chand, Khadija, Fiza, good to see Fiza, you replying. Okay, this is a horizontal line, and as we have tried to remember, thank you, Shraddha, this is a horizontal, or we can just easy way to remember, it's a sleeping line. Okay, so yes, so this is my equator called, as you have mentioned in the chat, called at 0 degrees. All right, this is at 0 degrees. This line is dividing my earth into 2 parts which are equal. And what do we call them? In the chat before I show them. Great, thank you, Chand, for your response.
Equator.
Aman, what do we do? Equator is the correct line. This equator is dividing earth into 2 parts. What do I call these 2 parts? Yes, Aarti, Prachi, Karthik, Alfia. Happy to see more and more people reply. Correct? All of you are correct. Simple. This is very, very simple. I know it's very easy, but it just helps us do a recap in our mind before we go to something a little more tricky. Yes, so as most of you have said, this part which you see on your screen is your northern hemisphere. Okay, Aman? So that is what I'm asking. And I'm sure when I do it for the next part, you will be able to answer completely. And this one is your southern hemisphere on your screen. I think very simple for you all to understand. Should not be a problem. So now when I go to the next one, this is according to the equator, right? So I've got 2 hemispheres. One is northern hemisphere and one is southern hemisphere. Now I'm going to go according to the prime meridian, and let's hope that again my chat is full of your responses. Okay, so according to the prime meridian, I have my globe, I have this line. Quickly let me know, is this, just let me know with H and V, is this horizontal, is this vertical? This line which is the prime meridian. Thank you, Drishti, Prachi, Aarti. Yes, 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 Tushar, Karthik, Chand, Shraddha. Great. This is your vertical line, right? Or as Alfia is reminding me, and a couple of more people are reminding me, it's a standing line. This is the prime meridian. As one of you have also said, it is at 0 degrees. This line is now dividing the earth into 2 hemispheres as well. And as many of you all are giving me the explanation, you all are very correctly, quickly, promptly letting me know it's eastern hemisphere and it is your western hemisphere. So now if I look at all of this together, I will get this, which is on your screen right now, right? I will get what you see on your screen right now. You have 4 hemispheres. On the left, now everyone just very carefully ensure that this settles in your mind forever and ever. On your left, you have the equator, which is 0 degrees latitude. That divides your earth into the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. On the right, you have as per your prime meridian, which is 0 degrees longitude, and that divides our Earth into the Western Hemisphere and Eastern Hemisphere. All right, so I'm hoping that everyone who's being able to pay attention is clear with why there are 4 hemispheres, and you all should always be able to explain it using simple logic. Okay, so once we did that, I asked you all to take a look at this map, and later I asked you the question, but this time I will ask you the question now itself. Can you recall and tell me which continents are India and Brazil part of? Which continents are India and Brazil part of? Type it in the chat. Thank you, Khadija, for giving me one part of the answer. Yes, I'm sure you're giving me the next as well. Yes, Karthik, you are correct as well. Right answer, Prachi. Chand, you are correct. Shraddha, Khadija, you've given me the second part. Wait for others. Look at the map. Try and remember, recall, where is India? Where is Brazil? And which continent are these 2 countries a part of? Yes, Karthik. Correct answer. There are some more people who were replying to me. If I can recall the names, Fiza. I'm hoping to see your answer, Tushar, Aarti, correct? Yes. So as you can, as most of you all are letting me know, yes, good to see your answer, Shraddha. So you have India, where you see this red mark. I'm hoping you all can see. Yes, Ankit. Yes, right above the Indian Ocean, Aarti, you can see India, which is part of the continent of Asia. And if I move all the way here, where I see Atlantic Ocean, on the left of that, you can see South America. And this is where Brazil is located. Okay, so Brazil is part of South America, India is part of Asia, right? So I showed you this map after that, just to highlight the location of the 2 countries, and the 2 red lines are the equator and the prime meridian, so that all of you get a rough idea of where on the world map are these 2 countries located, right? So if I go back right now, you all will see how Brazil and India are which continents they are part of. Can I just get a quick confirmation as a thumbs up or in the chat that you all have understood which continent they are a part of? Yes, we have now an idea. Brazil part of, thank you, Karthik, Brazil part of South America and India part of Asia. Yes, great. So that's one level of information that we've got regarding the location of these 2 countries. Then we went into one activity, right? We focused only on India. I'm not sure how many of you remember us doing this. We focused only on India and we tried to answer these 5 questions. Siddharth sir had sent you the map of India and then we tried to figure it out. So what I will do right now is I will discuss this with you a little quickly. And then even if I know some of you already written down the information, but we'll do the activity for Brazil just to get a recap so that our concept is clear. But for the first part of India, we'll do a recap together. Okay, so the first question that you can see on your screen, I had, Siddharth sir had shared this map with you. If you all can give me a confirmation that you all remember that, okay, this is the map that you all saw. Yes, you all had seen this map. I think on your WhatsApp, Siddharth sir had sent it to you, where you all were looking at the political map of India and we were trying to figure out this information ourselves, right? So the first question that you were asked, which is on your screen, which is which important lines of latitude pass through the country India? When we looked at the map, I remember discussing this. Could you all let me know which line of latitude was this? Yes, you all are sending me, some of you all are sending me the answers that you had put down. Yes. Thank you, Chan. Thank you, Prachi. If I come back to the India map, You should be able to spot it on your screen. Everyone, I know you all might have to zoom in a little. A lot of you are letting me know. Aarti, Khadija, Karthik, yes. Your answers are correct. If you all try and probably zoom in a little bit, see very carefully, you all will see one country called Myanmar. Once you have found the name of the latitude, please let me know, either in chat or as a thumbs up, that you can see the name of the important line of latitude on the map. Thank you, Aarti. Thank you, Chand, for letting me know. Waiting for others. Yes, Karthik. Okay, a few thumbs ups I can see as well. Locate the country Myanmar, and then you will see it marked. There is one line that goes through, one important line of latitude that goes through India. And as a lot of y'all have mentioned in the chat, that is the Tropic of Cancer, right? The Tropic of Cancer is the line of latitude that goes through India. The next question that I asked y'all, according to the equator, which hemisphere is India a part of? According to the equator. Remember, please understand the question very, very carefully. Thank you, Chanda, for giving me, sorry, the exact details. Yes, Chand, your answer is correct. I'm waiting for others as well. According to the equator, you can look at this map and think about it, visualize it. Very good, Aarti, Shraddha. Yes, equator ke hisab se, India, you can see. Satyam, good to see you responding as well. India is in the northern hemisphere, right? Yes, and if I ask you according to the prime meridian, agar main prime meridian ke hisab se dekhu, then which hemisphere are we talking about? Which hemisphere is India in? Yes, Khadija, Karthik, Chand, Aarti, you all are correct. Anyone else would like to quickly send in a response? This is the prime meridian line, which is 0 degrees. Yes, Drishti, good to see you respond as well. Shraddha. So India is located in the eastern hemisphere. So I remember in the last class, some of you combined that. Yes, Sandhya, some of you combined that and said India is located in the northeastern hemisphere, which is also correct. It's the right way to say it. Okay, so we got that as our answer. Then if you look at question number 4 and 5, we observed the map carefully and we tried to name the countries that are found in the north, south, west, and east of India, right? So if you look at this map, you will see information for all of this. What y'all did was y'all practiced a skill of map reading. Throughout this 10 standard syllabus, reading a map becomes very, very important. Okay, it's a very, very important skill, and you all did that while answering these questions. Okay, so one country you all named. When we were naming the ocean or sea, can you tell me, my question, please listen very carefully, all right? When we were answering question number 5, which direction did we not find an ocean or sea? When we were answering question number 5, कौन से direction में we did not find an ocean or sea? Great, I've got 3 answers already. Khadija, Aarti, Prachi, Shraddha. I'll repeat my question. कौन से direction में ocean, India के हिसाब से कौन से direction में ocean या sea हमें नहीं मिला immediately around India? Yes, Chand, Chanda, you all are correct. If we look at the India map, if I look here, Bay of Bengal, can you all quickly tell me Bay of Bengal is in which direction according to India? East, west, north, or south? Bay of Bengal. Yes, Chand, Shraddha, correct. Bay of Bengal according to which direction? Khadija, correct. As you all can see, on the east of India, you will see the Bay of Bengal. Yes, all of you all are correct. So similarly, if I go this side, The Arabian Sea I see on the west of India. And can you tell me which water body do you see in the south of India, to the south of India? Which water body? Yes, Chand? Aarti, correct? Yes, Prachi, Shraddha. Yeah, simple information that we're doing recap of should be clear. But when we go to the north, everyone, when we go to the north, we don't see a water body, right? We see land, we see other countries. Okay, so when I asked you this question, a lot of y'all were able to tell me, some of y'all were confused, but y'all were able to tell me that I could not find immediately, I could not find any water body to the north of India. Okay, after this, we went into the extent part of it. Kahan se kahan tak, right? Can anyone tell me, you can unmute yourself, how did we figure this out? If someone can try and explain, and this might help your friends in the class. So how did we try and figure out ki India ka extent kya hai? And I would like someone to unmute and tell me, if possible. Okay, Prachi says by the longitudinal extent and latitudinal extent. Prachi, if it's possible, could you unmute yourself and tell me how did we figure that out? What do I do? So when I have my map in front of me, how will I do it? In your own words. Prachi?
By finding the northernmost point of the India,
Okay.
and the southernmost part of India for the
Okay.
latitudinal extent, and the easternmost point and the westernmost point for the longitudinal extent.
Okay, great. And Khadija, you have also explained the same thing in the chat. So when I looked at my map, and if I have to see the northernmost point, then I will see right over here. Has everyone identified over here what here in your textbook is marked Jammu and Kashmir? Can y'all give me a thumbs up if y'all can see that on the screen, or let me know in the chat that y'all can see Jammu and Kashmir, right? That is to the north. Thank you, Aarti, for explaining it, taking the time out to type this out and explain. By longitudinal and latitudinal extent, and in latitudinal, it is divided into two parts, northern and southern. Great. Thank you, Aarti, for explaining the entire thing. So if you see Jammu and Kashmir, then I know that the point over here is the northernmost point. To give myself a number, yes, Chanda, you are correct. Chanda, you have looked at the longitude, not the latitude. This is where it gets a little confusing. I am seeing how north, if you all just look at my video, I am seeing the northernmost point. So for me to find the northernmost point, Chanda, good job, you have corrected yourself on your own. I will have to look at the latitude. Kaun sa latitude northernmost point se ja raha hai, then I will get to know its exact degree or location. Okay, so you can see it's a little above 36. Can everyone see this 36 small little 36 degrees north? It will be a little small for you all, but I'm getting some thumbs ups as well. 36-degree north on the side of the map. Yes, it's around that number. It's around that latitude, the northernmost point. The same way we went to the southernmost point. And now can you guys try and tell me what exact latitude can I give it? When I'm looking at the map, I'm looking at the southernmost point. I'm trying to look at a latitude. And what would that be? What number will it be? You might have to zoom in a little bit. Yes, Prachi, you're correct. Chand, you're correct. Yes, Shraddha, Chanda, giving me the correct answer. So if you're all, those who have not figured it out, can you all tell me, have you all spotted, have you all found Kerala and Tamil Nadu on the map? Have we all found Kerala and Tamil Nadu on the map? If you can let me know in the chat, or if you can let me know with thumbs up. Thank you, Fiza, for responding. Yes. So this is the southernmost point of mainland India. And y'all can see one latitude going over here. Okay. Yes. So you all will see a latitude passing through this point, and on the side you will see 8 degrees. Okay. So in the same way, we try to look at the easternmost point. We try to look at the easternmost point of India. Quickly, everyone, let me know. Can you spot Arunachal Pradesh? Easternmost point. Have you all been able to spot Arunachal Pradesh? The name of one state, Arunachal Pradesh. Some people are letting me know yes. Some people are giving me thumbs up. There is an Arunachal Pradesh on this right side. Yes. And the easternmost point, can you all quickly using the same logic, roughly, now we will look at longitude, right? Because I'm trying to find the eastern and westernmost points. So I will look at the longitude. Roughly, which longitude do you feel is going through that area? You can see the numbers. Yes, I'm getting some answers in the chat. Prachi, Shraddha, Karthik, giving me a rough, maybe around this degree longitude. Yes, Tushar, I think your voice was a little interrupted, so I could not hear. Yes, Chand, you're giving me a rough idea. Aarti, Chanda. Chanda, again, I think you're making the same mistake that you made earlier. If you can try and correct yourself. We are looking now at Eastern and Western. So, agar mujhe aise dekhna, perfect, perfect. Good job, Chanda. You corrected yourself. Yes, Chand. So, if I see over here, correct, Khadija, it's roughly between easternmost point is roughly between the 96-degree line and the 100-degree east line. Yes, 96-degree and 100-degree east line. It's roughly between these two. And now if I go to the western side of India, can you all tell me on your own? Before, I won't tell you anything right now. I want to see your responses. Which state? Can you name the state first? Let's start step by step. Can you name the state? Which state has the westernmost point of India? Chand, your answer is correct, but your spelling is not. You can change that. Correct. Karthik, correct. Prachi, correct. Which state, my question is, which state has the westernmost point of India? Yes, Chand, you have corrected it now. Yes, Chanda. Muskan, good to see you reply. Shraddha. As you all can see, Khadija, Gujarat, you all can see the state of Gujarat, right? So the westernmost point is over here. I will have to look now at longitude. Could you roughly tell me which longitude might be passing through this westernmost point? Which longitude roughly? We're giving a rough estimate. Looking at this map, we might have to zoom in a little bit. It's somewhere around 68 degrees. Yes, close to the 72 as well, but somewhere closer to the 68-degree east line, you can see. Yeah, a lot of you are replying, Chand, Shraddha, Aarti. Okay, I do feel that from last week we are getting more responses. I want to let you all know that even if you reply with an incorrect answer, it shows me that you are trying to figure it out. And that is the first step, to try and figure it out, right? So please don't feel that you have to only answer when your answer is correct. You are trying to figure it out. Okay. All right. So when we did all of this, we did this full activity, and then in detail, we saw that this on your screen is the latitudinal and longitudinal extent. Yes. And after we did this, Khadija had a question in her head, which we got into discussing in detail. Khadija was basically asking us that जब मैं southernmost point कह रहा हूं, तो उसके side में n क्यों लिखा है? Right? Can you all just confirm that you all remember this discussion? Towards the end of the last class, we had this discussion where Khadija asked us, yes, I've got a couple of thumbs ups. Good. For those people who can recall, Khadija asked us that अगर southernmost point है तो n क्यों है? अगर westernmost point है तो e क्यों लिखा है? W होना चाहिए for west, S होना चाहिए for south. Yes. So we try to understand this. Why is this happening? Yes, Chan, you are giving me an answer. I would like all of y'all to now try and explain to me before I do a recap of this concept. Why is N written over there for southernmost point? Why is E written over there for westernmost point? You can answer with the mic also. No problem. You can come off mute and answer as well. Explain in your own words. That's perfectly fine. I'll wait for some time because I want you all to think and tell me. Why do we have this kind of a way of denoting southernmost point and westernmost point? Southernmost point के लिए मैंने S क्यों नहीं लिखा यहाँ पे? Westernmost point के लिए मैंने E क्यों नहीं लिखा यहाँ पे? Chand, if you could explain that answer a little better. Okay, Prachi, Khadija have given their explanations. I will just read them. I'm waiting for more responses. Again, try to figure it out. That's what I need to see from you guys. I'm sure you all can try that out. Shraddha, good to see your response as well. Chand, correct. All of y'all so far are giving me the correct answer. Okay. Yes, Chand, you're also correct. Anyone else? Okay. Khadija, since you had asked this question, would you mind coming off mute and sharing? Khadija? Yes, if you could just explain your answer. Whatever you've typed is correct.
Yes, so it's N for northernmost point because
Khadija, sorry, could you be a little louder?
it's because the country is in the northern hemisphere, so the southernmost point lies within the northern hemisphere. Therefore,
Okay.
N is used for the southernmost point.
Perfect. Very simple answer. And I'm now going to show you, like I showed you on the map as well. Okay. I remember I gave you all one statement and I asked you all to tell me, am I right? Am I wrong? You please tell me, am I right or am I wrong? Chanda, yes. Thank you for sending not most of it, the entire country. All right. The entire country. Okay. So my sentence, let's look at this, guys. I am telling you all, entire country of India is in the northern hemisphere. Just tell me R or W. Am I right or am I wrong? Entire country of India is in the northern hemisphere. Am I right or am I wrong according to you? Okay, Khadija, Aarti, you have given Prachi, given me your answer. Okay. Karthik, would you like to tell me why am I wrong? I'm glad, I'm very happy that you've tried. That's how we'll get a better understanding. Okay. Chanda, got your answer? Yes. My statement, Karthik, is that I am saying that the entire country of India is in the northern hemisphere. If you look at this, you all will see pura country northern hemisphere mein hai. Thank you, Shraddha, for letting me know. That means that India ka northernmost point, India ka southernmost point, dono northern hemisphere mein hi hoga. That's why we used N. Okay. Then my second thing that I asked you all, as you can see on your screen, entire country of India is in the eastern hemisphere. Is this right? Is this wrong? If I say this sentence in public, am I saying something wrong? Am I saying something right? That the entire country of India is in the eastern hemisphere. Again, you can let me know with R and W. That's good enough for now. Yes, Khadija, Prachi, Karthik, receive your answers. Shraddha, Chanda, Muskan, Chand. Yes. So it's the same reason, I think. Aarti, as you're also correct. If my entire country of India is in the eastern hemisphere, so इंडिया का वेस्टर्न मोस्ट पॉइंट वो भी ईस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर में ही है. Yes, Muskan, you're right. Right? So that's why when we were doing this, जब हम southern India का southernmost point when we are trying to denote, we will use N because the entire country, any point on India is in the northern hemisphere. It is in the eastern hemisphere. Okay, this is one concept that sometimes can be confusing. But if we are clear कि northern hemisphere कभी change नहीं होगा, right? Remember at this point, Siddharth sir also added an explanation that when we have our x-axis, when we have our y-axis, equator and prime meridian is set, right? That does not change. एक बार वो set हो गया, then our northern hemisphere is fixed, southern hemisphere is fixed, eastern and western are fixed. So our entire country of India is in the northern eastern hemisphere. That's why we denote with N and E. Okay, I'm hoping that this is clear to you. Till here is what we worked on in the last class. If I can get some response, are you all feeling that, okay, I have a rough idea, I am clear with this, that we can try and do this for Brazil? Okay, getting some thumbs ups in the chat. Okay. Yeah, all right. So we did this for India. Now we need to come to Brazil. Okay, now I know some of you all try to figure this out on your own and you have the information with you. That's all right. But what I'd like you all to do is take some time to go through the map as well. All right. This will happen now much faster. Okay. Siddharth sir, I'm sorry, I did not mention this to you earlier. Would it be possible for you? I know some of you all have the information. I want y'all to just use the same concept to look for it yourself. Information here, but you all should be able to find it on the map. That is the main thing. Okay, finding it on the map. So Siddharth sir will arrange that. He will be sending you the map to you, the Brazil map. Same format. I will give you some time. Even if you have the information, the target is, can you look for it on the map? Answer though you will get, but can you get it from the map? Okay. So you will take some time. Once Siddharth sir sends the map to you, each question you will try and answer. Now we are answering for Brazil. Last week we did it for India. Now we'll do it for Brazil. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Siddharth sir. Siddharth sir has sent you all the map. Please look through it. Even if you've done it once, just do a recap so that if I ask you, you can explain it to me. I will give you all some time. When you are done, in the chat, please let me know that I have finished going through the map and all these questions. Please let me know in the chat. Do not give a thumbs up because that does not stay. Ankit, you will be doing this for the Brazil map. Okay. Not India. We already discussed India, right? So now you will be working on the Brazil map. So Siddharth sir has sent you the Brazil map. Use that to answer these questions. But now we're using it for Brazil. The first question, can you all quickly answer? What are the important lines of latitude passing through Brazil?
Southern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere.
that's the second answer. Beta, what is the first answer? Tell me that. Yes, Karthik, you're correct. Aarti, you're correct. You, Karthik and Aarti, you all have given me one. Is there only one? Is the question. Yes, Khadija, you are correct. Yes, yes. Now I'm getting the complete answers from most of y'all. If I look at the Brazil map, okay, on the right side, can you all see on the right and left? Can you all see the 0 degrees over here, everyone? I'm hoping that y'all can see my arrow flying around it. If you can just let me know. Okay, thank you for giving me a thumbs up. That means it's there. There is a 0 degrees on the map over here. Okay, that means this line, 0 degrees horizontal line, and you can see it written over here, is the equator. And the equator is passing through Brazil, right? The equator is passing through Brazil. Over here, Fiza, you gave me the name of Amapa, the state, which I know you're trying to think in the correct way. I wanted to know कि ये line equator के हिसाब से where does Brazil lie? कौन से hemisphere में? But if you all go down, everyone, a little towards the south, I will not use the word down. If we go towards the south, can you all spot Tropic of Capricorn? Yes, Shraddha, you're correct. Can you all spot Tropic of Capricorn? If you can let me know. Where is it written? If you all can just give me a thumbs up that you have seen it, or let me know in the chat. Tropic of Capricorn. Yes, yes. Okay, so you can see over here, you all will see Tropic of Capricorn that also goes through, yes, thank you, Chand, above Parana. If everyone can see the state Parana, you all can see there is a dotted line that passes through. What does that mean? That means that for Brazil, there are two lines of latitude, equator and Tropic of Capricorn, right? Equator and Tropic of Capricorn. How many lines of latitude are running through India? How many important known lines of latitude are running through India? Yes, Khadija, you're correct. Ankit, I got that answer. Khadija, you're right. Waiting for other people also to respond. Chand, correct. How many lines, important lines of latitude? Yes, so if what we just did, we know that the Tropic of Cancer is the main important line that is going through India. Karthik, the equator does not pass through India. That is what we saw, right? Equator does not pass through India. Passing through matlab through the country, right? So for Brazil, as you all have figured out, we have Tropic of Capricorn, we have the equator. Now the second question, which I was asking you all to share with me, is equator ke hisab se, which hemisphere is the country in? And a lot of you all said southern hemisphere. That is not completely correct. Equator ke hisab se, Brazil is not completely in the southern hemisphere. Any reason y'all can figure out why am I saying this? Let me take you back to this map. Okay, forget the sentence on top. Look at this map carefully. And can you tell me why am I saying it is not, southern hemisphere is not correct? Yes, Khadija, Karthik, Chand. Y'all are now thinking correctly. If anyone else would like to share. So if you all look very carefully, yahan pe, this is the equator. Is the entire country of Brazil in the southern hemisphere? Is the entire country of Brazil in the southern hemisphere? Great, I'm getting responses. It's not, right? Yes, Prachi, you're correct. Most of Brazil is in the southern hemisphere. But as you can see, there is a small part of Brazil which lies in the northern hemisphere. So the equator is going through Brazil. Somewhere in Brazil, the equator is going through. That means that a small part of Brazil lies in the northern hemisphere. Most of Brazil lies in the southern hemisphere. Everyone clear with my answer? Why is my answer correct? Could you let me know? Everyone is clear? If you are giving me the answer southern hemisphere, that's not good enough. Okay, that's not good enough. It is not specific enough. Okay, the correct answer is most of Brazil lies in the southern hemisphere and a small part of Brazil lies in the northern hemisphere. Okay, but when we go to the third question, which is very, very simple and clear for us, guys, what is the answer for the third question? according to the prime meridian, which hemisphere do we find Brazil in? Quickly, y'all can give me the response. Yes, yes, great, great. I'm getting quite a few responses in the chat. Chand, Karthik, Khadija, Western Hemisphere, right? Entire Brazil is in the Western Hemisphere. There is no confusion around this. Okay. Now, naming one country to the north, south, east, and west. Can you tell me which direction did y'all not find a country's name? कौन सी direction में y'all felt कि there is no country here? Yes, great, great. Aarti, Khadija, you are right. If you look at the eastern side, everyone, in the eastern side, you don't see a country that shares the boundary with Brazil. You see water body. Okay, so immediately to the eastern side of Brazil, there is no country. Yes, thank you, Prachi, for that information. You will see that we have the North Atlantic Ocean, the South Atlantic Ocean. Because of these water bodies, you don't have a country immediately to the east of Brazil. If I look at the west of Brazil, listen to my question carefully. If I look at the west of Brazil, do I find any water body? Yes, no, YN. You can reply in short also. If I look at the west of Brazil, do I find any water body? You can simply reply with YN, yes, no, whichever. Yes, Aarti, Shraddha, your answers are correct. If I look at the west of Brazil, on the western side, there is no, correct, Chanda, there is no ocean, right? You just see land. Okay. So I'm hoping that when you all answered question number 4 and 5, it was easy to locate the countries and the water body. The just one thing you all should be clear about is that when I look at the eastern side of Brazil, वहां पे कोई country नहीं है. Immediately to the eastern side of Brazil, there is no country. And as Prachi mentioned, there is a water body, there is your Atlantic Ocean. Yes, Aarti, you're correct. But if I look at the western side of Brazil, on this side, immediately you don't see any water body. You just have land mass, you have different countries that share the border with Brazil. Okay, so when I come back to these 5 questions, is everyone clear with answers? Can you just let me know so that I know that I can move ahead? If you have questions, please ask that. Have we got a rough idea of the location of Brazil now? Where on the Earth's surface is it? Which hemisphere is it in? Which countries are around Brazil? Which water bodies are around Brazil? Thank you, Chanda, for your response. And thank you to those who are letting me know at least with a thumbs up that, okay, we can move ahead. Okay. Now we come to this part. Okay, Chand, you've asked me a question. According to equator, which direction Brazil is in? Yes. Okay, let me just quickly do that. Chand, if you look at this screen, according to the equator, do you think, Chand, that entire Brazil is in southern hemisphere? Can you just let me know yes or no?
No, sir.
No, right? Ankit, you're letting me know. Chand, you're also letting me know. No. That means according to the equator, some part of Brazil is in the northern hemisphere, right? Can we see over here a little bit green is on above the equator also? That means some part of Brazil is in the northern hemisphere. Most of Brazil is in the southern hemisphere, right? Sorry. Chand, is this clear to you now? And everyone else, in case you all had any confusion? Okay. Some part in the northern hemisphere, most in the southern hemisphere. All right, then we come to the extent. Right? I'm going to give you all some time. Go back to that map. All right. You all are going to try and figure out and tell me roughly, all right, roughly northernmost point, southernmost point, easternmost point, and westernmost point. You all are going to try and tell me on your own. I'm going to give you all some 5 minutes to do that. Remember, एंड में n लिखेंगे, s लिखेंगे, e लिखेंगे या w लिखेंगे, how will you figure that out? Please be careful. Okay, and I will ask you to give me a reason. So make sure you all understand it. Even if you've written it already, the notes, look at the map once, confirm if that answer is correct, and make sure you have a reason. Okay, so take some time. I want you all to let me know northernmost point, southernmost point, eastern and western. Look at the map. Just take some time and look at the map. I know some of you all have it in your notes. Look for it in the Brazil map. After you have identified it in the Brazil map, please let me know in the chat. So you will open the map right now. Check whatever answer you have, is that correct? Northernmost point Brazil का क्या है? Southernmost point Brazil का क्या है? मुझे N लिखना चाहिए, S लिखना चाहिए, E लिखना चाहिए, W लिखना चाहिए. After you have figured this out, please let me know in the chat. Most of y'all, those who've replied, y'all are correct, and I'm glad y'all got the west or north or south or east part correct. This is the exact numbers for the latitudinal extent and the longitudinal extent. Okay, these are the exact numbers. You don't have to worry about that as much as understanding why is there N, S, and WW over here. So the same type of questions. Why S for southernmost point? For India, we had N and N, right? Remember, we had north and north. Northernmost point was also north. Southernmost point was also north. Brazil के लिए लेकिन southernmost point S क्यों लिख लिया हमने? And I think we've discussed this right now in a lot of detail. So if anyone would like to unmute and share, or would like to send it in the chat, go ahead and do that. Answer the question which is on the screen. Yes, Chan, you have almost explained it fully. Yes, the southernmost point, correct. Yes, Ankit. Correct, Chan. So, yes, Karthik, you're also correct. Yeah, if someone is typing, please send it, even though I am starting to explain. As we have discussed, and some of you have mentioned, some part of Brazil is in the northern hemisphere. That's why we have an N over there. Yes, that's why we have an N over here. Most of Brazil is in the southern hemisphere. So Brazil ka southernmost point, southern hemisphere mein hi hoga. That's why you have an S over here. And can you tell me why W for easternmost point? And I'm hoping for more people to explain this. Easternmost point of Brazil, why is there a W? Why is there a W for easternmost point of Brazil? Why not E? Again, we're using the same logic, but applying it to Brazil. Yes, Chan. That's the correct answer. Karthik, correct answer. Perfect. Prachi, correct answer. Waiting for the other, some more people who were replying before. Hoping to see you all also. Okay, Ajaz, you're saying corner. I'm glad I'm seeing a reply from you. Which side? Corner is not 100% correct, but which side is it on? If I ask you in a simple way like that. Yes, Khadija, you're correct. Yeah, as we saw in the map, everyone, Brazil entire country of Brazil is in Western Hemisphere. So the eastern point of Brazil also will be in the Western Hemisphere. So as we went through this, can you all see the statement on top? Entire country of Brazil is in the Southern Hemisphere. Am I right or am I wrong? Think and answer, guys. Just tell me R, W, or type right or wrong, correct, incorrect. If I say entire country of Brazil is in the Southern Hemisphere, am I correct? Am I not correct? Am I right? Am I wrong? Yes, Khadija, Prachi, Karthik, Chand. Entire country of Brazil is in the Southern Hemisphere. Yeah. So as you all are letting me know in chat. Yes, Fuzel, would you like to reply? As you all are letting me know in chat, it is a wrong statement to make, right? It is an incorrect statement to make because entire Brazil is not in the Southern Hemisphere, a little bit is in the Northern. And what about this statement? Quickly now, let me know, am I right or wrong? Read the statement on your screen and let me know in the chat if I'm right or wrong. Yes, Khadija, got your response. Karthik. Waiting for a few more people and then we'll move ahead. This should be now very, very easy for you all, hopefully, those who've been able to pay attention. If this statement is right or wrong. Yeah, entire country, it is in the Western Hemisphere. Okay, if anyone has questions, please definitely send them. I will be happy to answer. Okay, all right. So that means we have gone through location and extent for India and Brazil. Now, when you all see this, I will show this to you in your textbooks also. When you see this information in your textbook, it is not very long. It is not a lot of explanation. We have spent so much time discussing this. They have given you the exact information, but there is no explanation. Okay. It is very, very important that you all understand why. Why is it like this? अगर latitudinal extent ऐसा है तो क्यों ऐसा है? It is very important for you all to understand that before you all learn anything else. Okay, that's why we have spent so much time making sure we are clear about this. Okay, the next part, which is we're going to go very quickly, is historical background. So I'm going to ask you some questions. Please tell me if you know the answers. Okay, for India, can you all quickly tell me in the chat, when did India get independence? This information everybody should know. Should. When did India get independence? Okay. One person knows. Khadija's given me a reply. Prachi, Chand. Only 3 people know? Yes, Sandhya. I'm sure out of 30, more than 4 people definitely know this. Sandhya, can you give me the year? Which year? Yeah. Yes, Alfia. Yes, so India got its independence on 15th August 1947. Brazil got its independence on 7th September 1822. Simple question that I'm asking you, hear it very carefully. Looking at these 2 dates, which country got its independence earlier? Which country got its independence earlier? Yes, as you can see, Brazil got its independence earlier. Can someone try and tell me how many years before India did Brazil get independence? How many years? Little bit of maths we have to do here. How many years before India did Brazil get independence? India 1947, Brazil 1822. Yes, Prachi and Chand. 125 years. Okay, 125 years before we got independence, Brazil already got their independence. Okay, now my question to you guys, y'all tell me according to your own logic, if Brazil got their independence 125 years before we got, right? That's a lot of time before. According to you, do you think Brazil now should be more developed or less developed? According to whatever you think. Do you think Brazil should be more developed or less developed? Okay, most people, Chand, Prachi, Alfia, Khadija, Chanda, y'all are sharing your responses. I'm really happy to see now the chat. Y'all are challenging me to follow your answers, which is good. That's how I like it. Yes, Shraddha. Y'all feel that Brazil should be more developed than India. Okay. Yes, Chand, I will come to that information also. So I hope you all remember, keep this information here, your opinion. Your opinion is that Brazil should be more developed than India because they got independence 125 years before us. So keep this answer in your mind. As you study the next few chapters, I hope you all can come back to this to remember your answer, that this is what you all felt. Okay, so keep that in your head. The next question I have is simple. You all should know this. Who ruled India before we got independence? Who was ruling the country? Yes. Yes, I'm getting a lot of answers in the chat. Great. The Britishers were ruling India for 1.5 centuries. 1.5 centuries means around 150 years in the British rule India. But in Brazil, the Portuguese ruled Brazil for over 3 centuries. That means for around 300 years, the Portuguese ruled over Brazil. Okay. Now, what is the effect of that? No problem, Ajas. Now, what is the effect of that? Did that have a worse effect on Brazil that they were there for so long? Did that have a better effect on Brazil that they were there for so long? We'll find out very soon as we study the other details. Can you tell me? Great, Chand, you are saying maybe they may be economically a weak country because for so many years they were ruled by another country, right? Shraddha, you feel it probably is a worse effect because they were there for so long, right? So it's very interesting how the answer before this, y'all were saying that maybe Brazil is more developed, but now y'all are thinking maybe because they were ruled over for 300 years, much more than India, maybe that had a worse effect. Okay, all possible, all very, very logical opinions that y'all are coming up with. Okay, as we learn some other chapters, can you tell me which chapters? I showed you the list of chapters for 10th standard. Can you tell me which chapters might give you information about this? Can anyone recall? Even if you can think of the chapter name, which chapters will tell me is Brazil actually more developed, less developed? Is that country doing better? Can you all recall and tell me which chapter? If you all can remember, I showed you all the list of 10th standard chapter names. Anyone? Any guesses? Which chapter might tell me about this that I'm asked about the development of these countries? Okay, economy and occupation, human settlements, interesting. Tourism also might give me some details about this. Okay, great. Yes, occupation, chapter number 8. Good job. The reason why I'm doing this is if you all are able to start making the connections, like I told you, imagine that your full textbook is one chapter because we are only doing India and Brazil, right? So if you see the connections between everything, your understanding of the chapter, the textbook will be much stronger. Okay, let's come to the next question that I have on the screen. There are some major problems that both these countries faced. Some of you all are recalling it from the information you all have written, which is great. So I'm not sure if you all remember this from your 9th standard textbook. There was a chapter which had this information. India had faced quite a few wars mainly with 2 countries. Anyone can I don't know if you all remember this from your 9th standard or not, but can you all guess which two countries? Which two countries? Great, great, great. Pakistan, China, right? Pakistan, China. Not really the First World War. India wasn't. Yes, there is a connection there, but I'm talking about post-independence, after we got independence. Pakistan and China. Something that Brazil was struggling with was financial difficulties. Yes, correct, Ankit. Financial difficulties, challenges that they were facing. As one of you all already said before, maybe because the Portuguese were in Brazil for 300 years, maybe that could be a reason. That could be a connection. And the fourth question, the fourth thing is, sorry, famine. I'm sure in 8th standard also, 8th standard is the first time that y'all should have learnt about famine in India. Anyone has any idea what that means and what happened? Great, great. Lack of food, drought. Chand and Prachi, tell me answers that are connected to a famine. There wasn't, we were having a famine in our country for around 40 years, where there wasn't enough food. Anyone has, I'm not sure if you all have learned this. It's there in your history textbooks. I'm just taking a shot in the dark to try and see. Anyone has any idea why did we have this? What involvement did the Britishers have with this? There was a connection, if anyone knows. Yes, Karthik, you're correct. Scarcity of food. I won't get into full details because then that will become another history class. But I just want you all to see that it's all connected. It's all interconnected. Okay, Siddhartha says that briefly you all may have discussed this in political science. Something about crops. So you all can let me know if you all know this. If anyone knows this, then I'll continue. Otherwise, we'll not go that road. If you all know about cash crops, food crops, right? So there are some things called cash crops. There are some things called food crops. There was a time when the Britishers were ruling and they made Indian farmers grow more priority. Yes, priority. Khadija, you're correct. Priority was given to cash crops. Cash crops are things like for cotton, which was, yes, correct, which was used for, you all must have learned about export and import. It was used to sell. Britishers would sell it in their country. I'm trying to summarize it in a very short way, but that meant the production of food was very less. Great, Prachi. Britishers made the farmers grow cash crops and they were trading it in their own country, right? So that means the quantity of food in a very simple way in our country was much lesser than what we needed. And that created a huge problem. And Brazil had a military government which had its own difficulties, right? I'm not getting into the entire details, but the reason why I'm doing this, all of you all who may have interest, please remember all of these things. I know आपके textbook में subject है history, pol science, geography, उसमें अलग-अलग chapters है. But if you open up your minds a little bit, all of these things are connected. And when you start seeing the connections, then it becomes very interesting. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you a little bit of a hint of that. As you do these geography chapters, there are a lot of connections to make. Okay, so everyone is okay with this information on the slide that you see right now? Clear about these few details, historical background of both countries. When did they get independence? Who was ruling them? And a little bit of difficulties that both these countries faced. Okay, now we'll get into some facts, some features, the last part of this. Okay, some interesting, what you would call trivia also. Okay, can you tell me, do you all know which type of government does India have? What type of government? Great, Khadija, thank you for the quick answer. Yes, Chand. Even if you all are referring to your notes that you've written, it's fine. It's okay, no problem there. It's a recap for you, for those who are not. Democratic is correct, but I'm asking, under a democracy, government तभी होगा जब democracy है, right? So because you vote, elect your government, you select your government. Under that, there are two types. There is presidential, there is parliamentary. I know that you may not have done much of pol science in 9th standard, I think, but in 9th standard, there's a chapter around this about parliamentary form of government and presidential form of government. And I'm sure this year it will get revised for you. Brazil has a presidential form of government. When you learn political science, I'm sure you will get into the details of it. I won't go into it right now. Capital city, quickly, you all should tell me this. Capital city of India. What is the, yeah, everyone sending it to me. Yes, New Delhi. And on the right side, you will see capital city of Brazil is Brasilia. Okay. If you look at the map, can you all please let me know once you yourself have found it? You can let me know in chat. You can give me a thumbs up in this map. Let me know once you have found it. All right. I've got a few yeses. I've got a few thumbs ups. 5 seconds. Where is Brasilia? Yes. Okay. So I am just going to move my arrow around. I hope you all are being able to see. There is this. This is where Brasilia is located. When you all learn map marking, which is a very important skill for 10th standard, you will have to mark that as well. Okay. Then something that's famous for, India is very, very famous for spices. I'm sure all of us are aware of this. Yes, Chan. So yes, Chanda, you're correct. That's where it's located. In all our homes, we have wonderful masalas that are part of our food. And Brazil is very, very famous for coffee. It's also known as the coffee pot of the world. Hopefully last year when you all were studying trade, you might have learned about these words import and export, right? So when you learn the chapter about trade, you will see how these things that we are very famous for, spices, Brazil, coffee, they are exported. Other countries buy it from these countries so that they can sell it in their own country. Okay, and how that works, you will learn a little more in the coming chapters. And the last piece of trivia, which you all should all know, what is the most popular sport in our country? Most popular? Yes, yes, of course. So Chanda, the most popular, all right? You're saying hockey. Hockey is not the most popular. The reason why hockey is given so much importance is because during pre-independence and independence time, as a nation, we had a very, very strong hockey team. So in the Olympics, I think it is 6 gold medals. I'm not 100% sure, but at the Olympics, our hockey team would always be winning. And that's why hockey was considered so valuable in India. But yes, right, our most popular sport is cricket. And in Brazil, the way our country is crazy about cricket, in Brazil, they're crazy and very, very passionate about football. Okay, so this was the 4th and final part of the features and facts. Before I conclude, I will quickly show you your textbook, okay, to give you an idea of where all this information is in your textbook. This is the first page of the chapter. Can you all please confirm that you can see the textbook from my screen? Okay, thank you. So as you can see in this first page, you can see the flags, and then below that you will see some pointers, which is the information that all of us have discussed right now. Okay, spices, coffee, cricket, football, all of that. That is your page 1. So the 4th part that we discussed is your page 1 of this chapter. Okay, now page 2 of the chapter. You will see you have the India map, and you will see that they have discussed which hemisphere is India located in, what is the latitudinal extent, what is the longitudinal extent, and the map. Again, we did that last week for India, and we did a recap today. That is page 2 of this chapter. Very short way it's given. I took time so that you all understand the concept behind it. Okay. Then we come to the 3rd page of the chapter, The same thing is given for Brazil. Okay, which hemispheres, latitudinal extent, longitudinal extent, which countries, neighboring oceans, you all can see these tables. All of this information we have discussed, right? And you have it, if you have noted down the fact sheet, you will also have it in your notebook. Okay, that's page 3. Then we come to page 4 of the chapter. And if you see page 4 of the chapter, you have historical background of India, historical background of Brazil. Again, that was the third part that we discussed. And this is given in a paragraph form. I discussed it with you in points. And that is the end of your chapter. You have your exercise. Okay, that ends the chapter. So it's a short chapter, but it's a very, very important chapter, as I said, to ensure your base, your foundation is clear. Okay, everyone clear how the chapter, what the progression of